I've been requested to review this golf club more than any I've ever seen. So, introducing, yes, it's in here, the brand new for 2025 Titleist GT280 mini driver. Now, this looks incredible. It actually looks really, really small as well. So I know what you're thinking, and we do have a shaft for it. Guys, we've got a Tour AD shaft for this. This could be an absolute beauty of a club. Guys, get in the comments below, do you like a mini driver? Have you ever used a mini driver? Could you see yourself potentially gaming one for 2025? And which brand would you go for? Because there's some absolute beauties out there at the moment. And you can see here with this one, we do have that kind of movable weight technology in here as well. So we can really start to, how many times does that need unwrapping, by the way? There's loads of wrap on there, isn't there? How good does that look? Why is the GT not red though? I feel like on the other ones that's red, but we'll discuss that as this video goes on. Guys, what would you, look at that. That's a proper mini driver, isn't it, that one? Oh, that's delightful. So I hear what you're all saying. What makes this driver so special? What makes the Titleist GT280 so special? Is it its seamless thermoform crown? Is it its split mass construction? Or is it its L-cup face? That took far too many goes. I can't even get my words out this morning. I'm so excited to test this driver. So we're gonna hit some shots with it. We're gonna hit it off the fairway. We're gonna hit it off the tee. And we're also gonna test it and move these weights around as well. Because you can see we do have those movable weight ports in here as well. So this could be the driver that potentially people are screaming out for if you want to hit more fairways, if you want more consistent numbers, and of course, if you want to lower those scores. So one thing I'll say is it does look tiny. It looks so much smaller than any of the other mini drivers I've tested. If you watch the channel a lot, you will know I'm a huge mini driver fan. Bit of a fanboy, to be honest. We've got 3-wood length shaft in here. And I'm going to say, I've done some videos already this morning and it's not gone well. I'm not swinging at my best, but that was a beautiful tee shot up the left-hand side. It was a little bit out of the heel, but one of the things that you're going to want to get from this is the element of forgiveness. So quite happy with that with the opening shot. Let's go again. Teed down nice and low. Don't necessarily want this riding up into the wind. And that felt absolutely fantastic. It's certainly one of those clubs where you do want to see it kind of nestling down. You want to see it flighted down. I do feel like you can certainly go after this. So I've got it in 13 degrees of loft. Obviously it does feature Titleist's adjustable sleeve as well, so we can adjust loft, we can adjust lie, we can kind of play around with face angle a little bit as well. I think this is absolutely necessary in a mini driver. I think you need to be able to loft it accordingly. You need to be able to kind of tailor it to the gap in your bag that it's going to fill. But what gap in the bag would it fill? Would it fill 3-wood? Would it fill driver? Or does it go in as both? Potentially. Let's find out. So we've actually hit the fairway all 3 times there with the new GT280. It's a bit of a strange name, isn't it? It's like a GT280 as opposed from GT3, GT2. But obviously it stands for the 280cc, which does look quite small, I personally think. But fairway, 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 and some pretty good distance there as well. I'm really happy with that uphill into the wind. We've got less than 150 yards in to this par 4, which is quite a difficult par 4 as well. Let's play around the weights. Let's see just what it does to the ball flight. And of course, let's test it from the fairway, see if it could be that kind of 3-wood replacement driver cousin thing. Let's find out. So one of the things I really enjoy about this GT280 is that adjustability element, both with the movable weights and of course the movable loft sleeve. So let's just have a play with this and see just what we can do with it, because we have it currently, it's more forgiving setting, which we could kind of see there on those first few shots. Nice shots down the fairway, and we'll take it. But can we get, yeah, don't put it in my teeth. The dentist hates it when I do that. But I think this could be an absolute beast of a club. I really do. I think if you're wanting something where you're not quite comfortable with your own driver, so you can see there we've got an 11 gram weight now that's going in the front. And I think adjustability is a really funny thing at the moment with drivers, isn't it? Because a lot of companies have gone away from this kind of front and back weighting, but I think once you're fitted, you're probably there or thereabouts. But when you compare it to such as this, which is the new tailor-made quad, I mean, It does, doesn't it? And that's one of the things I was kind of going to show you. We are going to do a comparison video today, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But just a kind of totally different looking, very similar face-wise, but when you look at the head size,
it looks like a driver in a mint. Like,
yeah, it does. Looks a lot more elongated, doesn't it? So we'll throw you back there for now. But now we have this set up in that kind of forward weighting where the CGs push forward. We should be able to really get some nice kind of high, low spin bombers, which is just what we want down this par 5. Tough tee shot. Let's need to get it moving right to left ideally. And that's everything I want. That was actually a touch toey, but that's moved around the corner absolutely perfectly. The one thing I'll say, kind of sound and feel wise, it does feel that little bit kind of dull, and I do get that from a lot of the kind of latest Titleist GT products. It just feels like there's not a lot there, but there is a lot there because it's performing pretty well, and it's all subjective is what I'll say with that. That's round the corner nicely though. That's really good, and I've been struggling to hit that draw at the moment as well. And that's perfect. That's perfect, and I dare say that's probably up there with if I'd ever hit a normal driver. Let's tee it higher. Do you dare tee it that high?
no, it scares me.
Does it scare you? Look how high I've teed that. We could potentially miss that, but I'm going for it. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I think that's going to be sub 2,000 spin and miles down the middle of the fairway. And it's funny because not everyone should buy one of these and put it in that kind of heavyweight forward, because it does make it less forgiving, which defies the point of it. But if you want to hit shots like that, it did sound a lot nicer, didn't it? It sounded perfect. Probably because I hit it better. Helps, doesn't it? So 3 varying results actually. I thought I'd hit 3 fantastic shots there. The first one's just in the left-hand side. We would have got away with it quite well though. The second one, as you can see, just in this left-hand rough, because we've tried to take on the corner a little bit on the par 5. We've tried to be more attacking with this club, which I feel like you can do, because I feel like I'm less likely to make a mistake. Now the shot we teed up really high is all the way down there, and you could kind of tell because it set off like a one of them, Bob, didn't it? So let's test them off this fairway. We're quite a long way out. Let's see just how good this club can be, because I think one of the problems with potentially setting it up in that low spin setting is you're kind of going to struggle to get the launch on it a little bit. So let's chuck some balls down on this fairway and let's see just how far back do you reckon we need to be? Right, we're 260 out. I've got us a good lie. Like, I think if you try and hit this off a downhill lie, there's not enough loft. I mean, if you've got a 13-degree 3-wood, potentially you'll know that you're probably not going to hit it on like a negative incline, but the good thing about the 280cc head is it should be more versatile. So essentially this should be the mini driver if you do want to hit shots like this into a par 5. And I've absolutely nuked that. It's going to touch left, but I reckon that's got through, do you? Look where I've hit that from. That made it through, so that's down near the green. And I think it's just, you need to know what kind of ball flight you're going to get. You're not going to get that massive high spinny one, are you? Especially not with it in these settings. If I try and play a bit more of a cut, then maybe you could. Like that. That is absolutely all over it. How good is that? I actually can't wait to go down and see where that's finished. But that one was a touch more heely. So it's funny, if you understand like where to hit it on the face, if you hit it more heely, you're going to generate a little bit more spin. Obviously toey from this lie, it's going to dip out the air and you're not going to get the spin. What lie do we get? Ooh, ooh. See that? I've just dinked it and we're in a bit of a... So this gets difficult now. Like from here, this becomes more of like a punt than an actual like fairway wood shot. I mean, would you play it from this lie? I don't know. But I'm quite pleased with the first 2 so far. So, how good did that sound, by the way? It has, it's come back. See where that's finished? That's gone all the way to the right hand side of the green. And all I've done there is kind of try and hit down on it that a little bit more. You can see we've got some nice turf interaction. And although they're off the fairway, they're not the easiest of lies to get off. They weren't kind of sat up on any grass or anything. So let's get down there and see where they've finished, because I think this could be the best mini driver out there, and not for necessarily the reasons that you might think. Now, I'm absolutely over the moon with those results of this club off the fairway. And I do feel like Titleist have maybe kind of missed a point by not calling it the JVS or the 983 or something like that, because that's what I think TaylorMade do so well. They give you a reason to buy a mini driver without necessarily even thinking about what gap it takes up in the bag. It's more a nostalgia purchase than a performance purchase. But we've got one that's finished here on the par 5, which I think's done pretty well. That middle one, which I cut in lovely, that's like 20 feet for eagle, maybe 15 feet for eagle. And then the final one, which is finished down towards the right hand side, that took a lucky kick actually from over here. So, but guys, if you're in the market for a mini driver in 2025, make sure you do check out the new Titleist GT280. I absolutely love it, and I certainly feel like it could be one of the best of the bunch in 2025 for versatility, for forgiveness, and of course for all that mini driver good stuff that you all want. That's another one of them, you know, like that. Oh yeah.